today we are going to be talking about our summer TBR. Now this is so exciting because it's finally summer. I'm filming this the day before summer starts. I think the summer solstice is tomorrow. I'm not too sure, but that's what I'm pretty sure I've been told. So hopefully this goes up either Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, and we can have a video where you and I are talking about all this stuff. Let's just jump right into it. I have about 25 books here that we are going to talk about that I am hopefully going to get to this summer. Now, if this is your first time watching my videos, hello, thank you for clicking on my video. I'm very appreciative of you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But if you are a returning subscriber, a returning viewer, I would like to say, hey, I know I didn't make a June TBR video. I know I didn't make a wrap-up video for May. Probably not gonna make a wrap-up video for June either. Kind of been slacking on my sit down talk to you videos, and honestly I think that's because I'm a vlogger. I feel like in my heart all I want to do is vlog. I want to just put out vlogs just because sitting down like this, it's nice, it's fun, but so much goes in to these sitting down vlogs. It's just a lot for me right now, especially as someone whose job is not this. Like, what I want to do is just vlog. I will say that to say maybe the TBR videos will come back. I do still want to do fall one and maybe a winter one as well, but maybe after that they might be done and I just might be a vlog channel, a book vlog channel. I want to emphasize, but who knows, we'll see where my journey in books takes me. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about the books. The first book that I want to talk about is One Italian Summer by Rebecca Sturl. I don't know what this book is about. I just know it has summer on it, and why would I not want to read this in the summer? You know, One Italian Summer. This says, when Katie's mother dies, she is left reeling. Carol wasn't just Katie's mom, but her best friend in her first phone call. Even Katie's husband can't seem to get through to her. She is lost without her anchor. Her mother was her true north. It says, One Italian Summer is Rebecca Sturl's next great love story, a transcendent novel about how we move on after loss and how the people we love never truly leave us. That is so cute. I will say, I think a friend of mine did read this and she said she didn't like it that much. But so let's see what I think about it, you know? Let's just see what your girl thinks about it. The next book I want to talk about is Savor It by Tara DeWitt. This, I know, is just like, look at this cover first of all. It is so cute. It is so gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. It says summer won't last forever. Wish it would, but oh my gosh, it's so cute. I am very excited about this book. I feel like I've seen people rave about this book, how it's just like really good. I know it follows a chef in a small town. Besides that, I know it's a romance, and I really don't like knowing too much about my books going into them because like I want to be surprised. You listen, I feel like if you're an avid reader, you know the back can spoil so much. The amount of times I've read the back and like the back didn't come until like halfway through, 75% through of the book, it's like, whoa, what? This book is a classic. Anne of Green Gables. I don't know why I feel like this is a summer book, but to me it does feel like a summer book. It is a classic, and I want to read more classics in my life. I have said that one of my book goals this year is to read more classics, and it's already the middle of June and I haven't read a single one. So maybe this will be my first one this year. Who knows? Another book that I know nothing about, but let me tell you something. I used up 6 of my book of the month credits because I just wanted to use them up, because I wanted to cancel my book of the month subscription. Not because like I was over book of the month or anything, just because I really want to focus on all of my physical books before I go out and like get a new one each month. You know what I mean? So I used up all my credits, and with all my credits, I think I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I got 6 new books from using up all my credits. So This is one of them, The View from Lake Como. I thought the cover was absolutely gorgeous. It is so, like, I want to dive into that water. And I'm not really like a lake ocean swimmer. And look at the back. Can you believe that? That is gorgeous. I'm obsessed with that. I love that. I don't know what this book is about, and I don't want to know. I kind of want to go into it completely blind. It just looks so good. I know it's a fiction book. Pretty sure this is fiction and not like romance or anything. Straight fiction. So yeah. Another book. Truly Madly Guilty. I right now am in the middle of 9 Perfect Strangers, and I'm really into it. So this is another book on my physical TBR that is by Leanne Moriarty. So I figured, why not? You know, why not just pick up another book by her? I love the way she writes 9 Perfect Strangers. I love those characters. I think it's kind of like, I think she has like good ideas. Like I would never think of like making anything about people going to a wellness center and like making it like a thriller. You know, I don't know what this one's about, but I've also watched Big Little Lies on HBO, I want to say, a couple years ago, and I loved that TV show, and it was based on one of her books. So I feel like she is just one of those people who like can't miss. So another book. Another book I want to get to this summer, The Music of What Happens. This is a queer romance. Max, chill, sports, his buddies, comfortably gay. His secret, an encounter with an older kid that makes it hard to breathe, one he doesn't want to think about ever again. Jordan, opposite of chill, makeovers, his wives, never been kissed. His secret, a spiraling out of control mother, and the knowledge that it's up to him to keep his family from losing their home. So this is in the 1980s, and it's a queer romance. They are 2 men, not men, they're boys, but they are, I think, low-key in love with each other, and I'm pretty sure one is out and one is not. Perfect for June, Pride Month, let's go. But yeah, this is another book, and it just looks like summertime. Look at the back. It has all the cactuses and this little like food truck. It's so pretty. Like this book is just pretty. I like it. I think this is a mystery, not a thriller, but like a basic mystery. On her 60th birthday, Auntie Parodi retires to Sicily, intending to, while, oh my God, I can't read right now. Basically, this is a mystery set in Italy. And look at that cover. I'm like kind of obsessed with that cover. I love the art. I love this like type of art. I don't know what you would call this, but I love this type of art. It's just so beautiful to me. Next book. This is called The Princess Kills Monsters, and I'm pretty sure this is a queer fantasy, I want to say, and it's about a girl and this princess kills monsters. Again, I wanted this book because it was marketed it was marketed as a queer fantasy, and I was like, you don't get a lot of those. All right, and look, there's a dragon and a girl with a sword, so I was sold on it. And I think the cover is gorgeous, like the pinks, like I feel like it has every single color on here, you know, the pinks and the blues and the greens and the oranges and the yellows. Like it is gorgeous, like the darker colors too. And like the more you look at it, the more you discover. Like you look at the lake and then the bridge and then the trees and the castle and the dragon and the monsters and the girl. This says, The Misadventures of a Fairy Tale Stepsister. I'm very excited about this. Someone wants to murder Princess Maud. This is sadly normal. Oh. So basically her stepmother is making her do this. Why is it like giving Cinderella, but like fantasy, and she's the warrior? I'm gonna talk about both these at the same time. This one's something borrowed, this one's something blue. I don't know what either of these books are about, but I do know it is a romance book, and pretty sure they go together because of course you have something borrowed and then you have something blue. And I really want to get to these books this summer. How interesting, because this one talks about Darcy, but it also talks about Rachel. Rachel I feel like is the main character of this book, but it talks about Darcy, and then Darcy is right here as well on the back of this book. Interesting. Okay. Another book I want to talk about is The Burning Side by Sarah Demoff. I don't know what this book is about. I just know people are talking about it, people are reading it, and I have FOMO. So I chose this book as one of the books for my credits from Book of the Month. From the author of The Bright Years comes a story of April and Leo, a couple on the brink of collapse. When their house goes up in flames, family secrets and thorny history emerges as they are forced to decide what is worth salvaging. Interesting. So that's like fiction, straight fiction. I will say I don't like how this feels. This is very like grainy. I don't know, like this is like the letters are very like soft, but this is very grainy. I'm 1000% gonna take this off when I read this book. Love and Gelato. I think this is a YA romance, but like look at the cover. This screams summer. I also, yeah, no, there's more. Love and Luck and Love and Olives. Interesting. Love and Gelato, they're all love. Linda is spending this summer in Tuscany. Oh my gosh, another Italy book. I think it's like our third or fourth Italy book. I mean, what says summer more than Italy and a winery, you know? Another book is The Summer Storms by Sarah McLean. This book, I think I started thinking it was, I don't know what I thought this book was. All I know is that from the best-selling author, This Summer Storms is a razor-sharp, wildly sexy novel about a wealthy New England family long overdue's reckoning and the one week that threatens to tear them apart. Interesting. Well, we love New England. I'm a New Englander, if you didn't know. And I just love summer books on New England because it's like, wow, I step outside and I'm in it, you know? I also soft DNF'd that at the end of the summer last year because summer was literally about to be over. And I'm like, I don't want to read this going out of summer. I want to read it going into summer or in the middle of summer, you know? This one is another YA book, What to Say Next, and this cover screams summer to me. This says, we all know opposites attract. The tricky part is figuring out what to say next. That's funny. I'm pretty sure this is a YA, and there are like 292 pages. I could probably read this in a day if I like take this to the beach or something. I love a little YA romance, a little palate cleanser. What to Say Next celebrates the uniqueness in all of us and the importance of recognizing opportunities that seem beyond our reach. Cute. Yeah, it's a young adult novel. Cute. Okay. Another book I really want to get to this summer, soon, very soon, is Mad Mabel by Sally Hempworth. I read Darling Girls by Sally Hempworth. I really like that book. I think I gave it 4 stars. Really like that book. Everyone I feel like is talking about Mad Mabel, and I'm like, I love Sally Hempworth. I want to get my hands on Mad Mabel. From best-selling author Sally Hempworth comes a twisty tale of justice, redemption, and one irresistible woman who's not done breaking the rules just yet. I know it goes back and forth between her being in her 80s and then her being younger, like allegedly committing these crimes. That's so cute. Look at the back, her little glasses. That's so cute. But yeah. Then we have this book, Home is Where the Bodies Are. I feel like one of the first books I've ever read as an adult was by Geneva Rose. As like an homage to that, I pick up a lot of books by her. Nothing brings people together better than death. That's funny. This is a VHS, and then on the back it says T for thrilling. That's funny. After their mother passes, 3 estranged siblings reunite to sort out her estate. While going through their parents' belongings, they stumble upon a collection of home videos and decide to revisit those happier moments. But the nostalgia is cut short when one of the VHS tapes reveals a night that none of them have any recollection of. On screen, their father appears covered in blood. What follows is a dead body and a pact between their parents to get rid of it before the video abruptly ends. Okay, this may have just bumped up my list because wow, that's crazy. That is genuinely crazy. Wow. I might start that tonight. Who knows? Another book, The 10-Year Affair. This is about, I think, people who are having an affair for 10 years. The 10-Year Affair is a witty, emotional, in-charge exploration of marriage, family life, and the road that not taking that ultimately asks, do we really want our fantasies to come true? Which I just love mess. I love messy. I love toxicity. and I don't want that in my own life, so I love to read about it. You know, I'd rather just read about it and like indulge it that way than putting the toxicity in my own life, you know? So a nice little summer read. This book has been on my TBR forever. When the Crawdad Sings, Where the Crawdad Sings. I don't know what it's about. I feel like everybody talks about it. I feel like it's a modern day classic. I don't know what this is about. I just know my parents have seen the movie. Like, I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm gonna read it this year. I'm gonna read it this summer so I could get it off my TBR and I could either put it on my bookshelf or I could get rid of it. Because I wanna know. Again, the same friend who told me that One Italian Summer wasn't that great, she also told me that this wasn't worth it either. So you know what? We're gonna try and see what's up with all of it, you know? This book, Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone, I am so excited to read this book. I know it deals with this girl right here. She is grieving her best friend, and then this man right here is gonna help her like work through it and stuff. And it's set in New York City, and I've heard that this author is just really good at setting the scene and putting it all together. And I just really want to read this book because I want to get on the Cara Bastone train. This is another book that's been on my TBR forever. I feel like everyone's either read it and they either love it or they hate it. Normal People by Sally Rooney. I don't know what this is about. I just know I have to read it. I need to read it. If I want to call myself a reader, I need to read this book. And I need to have an opinion on it. Okay? Again, this is a book I'm 100% gonna read this month. This year. This summer. I'm gonna read this book this summer. Another book, The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. This book was gifted to me by one of my friends for my birthday last year, a couple years ago, but this is one of the Abby Jimenez books that I have not read yet. So hopefully it lives up to the other ones. I also did not read her newest release yet either, just because it hasn't gotten the best reviews. I 100% will get around to it, and I want to form my own opinion on it. I feel like I've seen people say they like it, or people say they really don't like it. Again, it sounds messy, so it sounds right up my alley, and it is Abby Jimenez. I will read it either way. So, and again with this, I want to read her backlog. So this is what we're up with. This is what's going on. This book, The Chain, I feel like it has made its rounds on Book Talk, BookTube a couple of years ago. It's about how one person, their daughter or something, their child gets kidnapped, and they find out that in order for them to get their child back, they have to kidnap another child, and the chain just keeps on going and going and going. You dropped off your child at the bus stop. A panicked stranger calls your phone. Your child has been kidnapped. The stranger then explains that their child has also been kidnapped by a completely different stranger. The only way to get your child back is to kidnap another child. And most important, the stranger explains, if you don't kidnap a child, or if the next parents don't kidnap a child, your child will be murdered. You are now part of the chain. That's really scary, I'm not gonna lie. What do you mean that, like, what? What happens when they run out of kids? Like, what? Hello? That's insane. That's crazy. Okay. Another book that's been on my TBR for quite a while. The Ministry of Time. I didn't know this was a romance. I thought this was just a little sci-fi adventure. I've heard it's kind of crazy. It's kind of gory, but I want to read it. I want to know what all the hype is about. I feel like this book has gotten a lot of hype, and I want to be in the know. So, another book. Last book alert. This is Almost Life. I think this cover art is so beautiful. I just love it. I love it so much. This is a queer, I want to say queer romance, but it's in Paris in 1978. So again, we are abroad, we are in Europe, and it's a love story. And I think that is beautiful to have a queer love story in Paris in 1978 in the summertime. My last book. I don't know anything else about this book. Look at that spine. I love that color pink. Oh my god. I love that. And I also feel like a lot of people have either this book on their TBR or read this book. So again, I want to be in the know. I kind of want to make a vlog about new releases soon. And I feel like there's some here in which that I could choose the new releases of 2026. So yeah, that's my last book. Okay, well, that's it, right? Yes, that's it. Those are all the books I hope to read this summer. Now there's only 25. My TBR is dwindling down. There's a couple of books from my spring TBR that are also going to carry over. Okay, that is my summer TBR. I had so much fun hanging out with you guys. I hope you guys have fun hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh no, it's gonna fall. Please don't fall.